Hello, I am back from the underworld. Sorry it took so long, they ran out of eggs.
For the past 6 months, I've been doing non-stop art studies, a different study every 2 weeks in fact. It's been part of this art study bootcamp I've been taking part in over on an art Discord server, and now I want to document all of the art that I did in that time. I hope that if you are in the same position that I was, you can use this video as a rough guideline for where to begin your art study journey. In the description, I will link some of the resources that helped me while I was learning. Admittedly, not all of the art shown in this video will be very interesting. I have a lot more to say about the art that came later in this challenge, but you just have to bear with me until then. What we studied first was just basic shapes, starting with cubes and then cylinders. Not much to really say. This is an important step because it helps you visualize drawing in a 3D space, as well as getting used to the tools at hand. I drew about 100 cubes and 140 cylinders. After that, we moved on to drawing objects. The goal was to start using those shapes from before to create 3D objects. Again, just thinking about art in 3D shapes. It was at this point that I switched from drawing digitally to drawing in sketchbooks. I basically just didn't want the crutch of the undo button, which definitely helped a lot moving forward. If you follow me on TikTok, you might have seen this next study already, hatching and gradients. Basically a method of shading and implying depth. I use hatching quite a bit in my art now, so this was surprisingly really helpful for me. It really taught me a lot about pen control as well. From this point onwards, we started studying anatomy. A lot of beginner artists see anatomy studies as this really daunting task, but if you break the body down into its individual parts, it becomes much more manageable. We started with heads, which is actually something I practiced on my own just 2 months before we started. I think I did forget a lot of what I had learned before because the start of this study was rough, but once I found my footing, it got better. This isn't actually, part of the challenge, but I thought it was still something worth showing off, because eyes are actually a strong suit of mine, I think. I really like some of these eyes. Especially, when you get down here, this is just how I draw eyes, pretty much. It's really good. After heads, we moved down to the torso, which was very daunting. I had no idea where to go with this. Some people draw torsos with boxes, and I get why you would want to do that, but it's easier for me to visualize it with the egg method. At some point I tried to draw a variety of body types to varying success, but I think it ended up fine. Next is arms. It was at this point that I found a method of just looking up a single reference image with lots of variety on it, and drawing as many as I could.
And now it's time for the big one.
some of these arms are admittedly kind of gross,
Got this Sam Sulek arm.
but it was important for me to include multiple muscle shapes. Now hands, which are again something young artists tend to fear. It's still kind of hard to draw them now, but I know what I'm doing, so it makes it easier to correct my mistakes. I also want to draw attention to this drawing of Knuckles I did. I think it's very cute.
Okay, and then the palm, and the thumb. That's about it for the thumb. And then I started drawing from real life hands.
I wanted to draw legs digitally again, just because it had been a while since I last drew digitally at this point. To be honest, I still struggle with legs, so I might need to pay more attention to them in the future.
Legs. Be cool. There are feet on the next page. Chill out.
Next I drew feet, which is something I personally struggle with too. But it's not so bad now. I definitely learned more from drawing feet than I learned drawing legs. I don't have much to say other than feet. Next up is the full body. I started just putting all of my knowledge together to draw the full body, but that kinda made my drawing suck. I really needed reference for this challenge.
So here, I think they were originally holding a spear or something, but I decided to change it to a basketball. But I made the basketball too small, and then their hands were wrong, so I messed up the ball end. Really, I actually really like this page. It's a shame that it got torn off, but oh well.
I think I got some really good poses together here. It was really cool. I especially like this one, it reminds me of Invincible for whatever reason. These ones were also really fun to draw. We're almost done. Next was facial expressions.
This guy doesn't own an air fryer, and he's jealous of this guy
After a while of drawing just regular facial expressions, I started to use references from the manga on my shelf, starting with Kagurabachi.
Mostly just drew Togo Shiba. There's no mistake or anything under here. I dropped a tomato. So, got some chars in there, another Shiba down here. Got some more chars. This one owns an air fryer, clearly. We got Shiba absolutely mogging Chihiro. This is in chapter 2. Which had to tell you, this is like, this was probably the best art style for me to study. Yeah, just drew without reference again. Not my best work. This guy kind of looks like Caproni from The Wind Rises. I decided to draw a few more. This is my art sona again.
The final study was on hair, and I love how the Pokemon Sun and Moon anime draws hair. I think the art style is really simple and fun, so I decided to exclusively draw Sun and Moon concept art as reference for this study. I had a hard time drawing Hao and Alima, but now I have my next obsession, Professor Burnett. Look at the difference between the Kukui drawings and the Brunette drawings.
Here, just a reminder to not draw in bed. That's how you get these. I really like these Gladions as well. Yeah, the player's mother. Got some more Elimas. That was pretty nice. Got some Lanas. Really cute face here. Kiawe's. Pretty cool. Because it's so long with a ponytail, I didn't have enough space, so we got a Molane, but I don't really like Molane, so I didn't finish that one. I actually really like Mina. I wish I gave her, like, I wish I did her more justice. This one, she kind of looks like she has a snout, so I need to fix that in the future with my side profiles. Isarola's, again, it kind of looks like she has a snout. Then Guzma. I really like this drawing. I hate this. Wick was on the same morning. I didn't have enough time to draw the face, and I just could not be bothered with the glasses. So Wick is just hair. I do want to draw more Wick, though. She has a really good character design. I love her. One of my favorite Sun and Moon characters. But not as favorite as Grimsley. I had so much fun drawing Grimsley that I had to do it more later on. This is probably what I'm going to draw for the thumbnail of this video. So, if not, it's one of these three, I think.
I wanted to compare my art from before the challenge to what it is now, and this is exactly the energy I wanted to bring to the drawing, so this is what I'm going for. I'm going to redraw one of these Grimsley sketches. It wasn't that hard for me to pick a pose. I only really had one variation before I picked one. After that, there were a few anatomy mistakes, like you can see how far back the hair is and his ear is, but they were all fixed when I got to the line art, so it's fine. I did pick up a reference so that I could pick the colours, so I think that's what I want to work on next. Just my general colours and shading and all of that stuff. But when you compare it to my art from a couple months ago, there's a massive improvement. I'm honestly really proud of myself for this. If you want to see more of my art, then why don't you check out my socials, the link will be in the description. Whenever a piece is finished, I'll post it straight onto all of them, so if you want art as soon as possible from me, that's the best place to look. But for now, thank you for watching my video. It's been a long 6 months, but it's been worth it. Thank you and goodbye.